Alright, so great day everyone. So today we will be our first lesson for midterm, which is lesson 4, subject and no, so sa art po in midterm meron lang po tayong dalawang lesson, lesson 4 and 5. Yung 5 hatiin lang natin siya sa dalawang record para hindi masyadong mahaba. No, but we'll go ahead and start kasi mabilis lang po ang midterm natin. After 2 weeks, exam nyo na po. Okay? So first, one of the major hurdles that spoils an individual's engagement with an artwork is the notion that in order to appreciate it, one must be able to extract a specific image, isolate the artist or marker's intention, and unearth particular meaning. Failure to do so automatically implies a failure of comprehension and therefore failure of the experience. So sinasabi na most of the people knows something about art. Yun daw yung pinaka-basis nila, no, para masabing naiintindihan mo or fully na-experience mo yung art kapag daw you have an experience of it. You can extract a specific image. For example, sa mga painting, may nabubuo kang image kapag tinitignan mo ito, no? So, sinasabi na kapag wala daw or hindi mo naiintindihan yung art, ibig sabihin, hindi mo daw na-experience yung art mismo. No? Which is, maraming mag-agree or magdi-disagree. Pero, depende naman talaga siya sa experience. Depende siya sa tao mismo. Kaya nga, di ba, paulit-ulit tayo kapag sinabing art up, it is subjective kasi depende sa mata ng nakakita. Okay, and then the primary stage of engaging with art is its perception. For most art forms, the beginning of engagement is through looking at the artwork. The eyes play a big role in mechanically making a vision possible. No? So, syempre, when you are looking at an art, no, kahit anong art pa yan, lagi namang nauuna ang mata natin, no? Yun yung unang pinagmumulan ng process of appreciating or yung perception. Makikita mo muna kung ano yung art. Whether it is a sculpture or a painting, no, makikita mo muna and then you'll process that through your mind para maintindihan mo or ma-appreciate mo yung artwork. Okay? Yan, sinasabi din the awareness in the process of looking where subjectivity is essential in navigating through the artwork. No, sabi nga natin, subjective. Ibig sabihin, depende sa tao. No? Subjectivity is illustrated in the way that selective perception renders one or two details more prominent than others, prompting the viewer to focus on some details as essential or as standouts. Even the disposition or mood of the viewer, his education, his background, and his exposure to varying contexts contribute to what information is taken in and how they are interpreted. No, so, kaya nga natin sinasabing subjective o depende sa tao. May kanya-kanya kasi tayong pinaniniwalaan. May kanya-kanya tayong appreciation. May kanya-kanya tayong pananaw sa buhay. No? So, depende. For example, ako, um, I am more onto music. So, um, na-experience ko po ay mga music festival or um, theatrical play, no? So, para sa akin, maganda yung theatrical play because that's what I've experienced before or may idea na ako kung ano siya at kung paano siya tumatakbo. Ganon din po sa pagiging subjective. Na-appreciate ko siya simply because that is what is in my background or what are the experiences that I had. Now, there are three basic components of a work of art. First, we have the subject. Second is the content, and third is the form. So first, the subject, the visual focus or the image that may be extracted from examining the artwork. So for example, sa isang painting, no, may mga different lines and shapes and all that, pero may mabubuo kang image out of it. For example, ang mga abstract art, no, or parang um, figure ng tao pero hindi symmetrical, gano'n. Yun yung pwedeng tukuyin pagdating sa subject. No? Second is content. Ito naman po yung meaning that is communicated by the artist or the artwork. So, content, ibig sabihin yung message na um, ipinaparating ng artist nung ginawa niya yung isang art niya. Then lastly is form, the development and configuration of the artwork, how the elements and the medium or material are put together. So form naman ito ay whether it is through the form of singing or dancing or painting, sculpting, etc. Yun po yung tinutukoy natin pagdating sa form. So again, three basic components are subject, content, and form. Alright, so we do have different types of subject. The first one is representational art. Representational art, ito po yung sinasabi na art na that is based on a specific object in the real world. So for example, ayan, yung pinaka-famous na painting which is Mona Lisa, it is considered representational art kasi merong totoong tao or kapag naintindihan mo o nakita mo yung painting, it represents a person. Hindi man siya specific na tao, pero makikita mo o notice mo na tao yung tinutukoy doon sa artwork na yon. O, tinatawag din po siya minsang figurative art. No? Kasi sinasabi, the figures depicted are easy to make out and decipher. So, ibig sabihin, madali mo siyang nare-recognize at alam mo na existing siya in the real world. So for example, may painting ng flower vase. No? It is considered representational art kasi sa totoong buhay meron namang flower vase. At alam mo kung ano yung itsura ng flower vase, pati na yung mga flowers na nandun. And it is existing sa totoong buhay. Kaya siya considered as representational art. May nire-represent siya based on the real life scenario. Nakuha pa? And the next Mona Lisa, yung nga sabi ko sa inyo, it is done by Leonardo da Vinci, is an example of representational art since there is a consensus or agreement that this painting is based on a real person. Which is totoo naman. Mukha siyang tao, mukha siyang babae. Okay, and the next is the non-representational art. It does not make a reference to the real world, whether it is a person, place, thing, or even a particular event. So, an example here is yung artwork ni Jackson Pollock which is known for action paintings. No? So, ito po ay example ng action painting. Most of the time, nire-refer natin siya to an abstract. Pero ang tawag po talaga sa kanya ay non-representational art. So, ibig sabihin, wala siyang nire-represent sa totoong buhay. This is very random. Kung anumang thoughts or anong feelings ng artist at that time, yun lang yung isinabuhay niya dito sa artwork na to. Okay? Alright, so our representations are often because they are easier to recognize. Viewers find a greater degree of comfort when what they see registers as something familiar. So, di ba, totoo naman, mas na-appreciate natin yung bagay na nare-recognize natin. So, for example, if you've been to a beautiful place, and then nakakita ka ng landscape art or painting, mas na-appreciate mo siya kasi parang it reminds you of something or lugar na nakita mo na before. Unlike non-representational art na parang more of abstract, di ba? Hindi lahat madaling ma-appreciate yung ganong klase ng art. Nakamute. Ayan. So, one source of confusion is the notion that non-representational art is the same as abstract art. So, 'di ba, if nakita niyo yung non-representational art kanina, 'di ba? Most of the time yung ganong type of art, iniisip natin na abstract art siya. Pero hindi po siya considered as abstract art. Yung abstract art daw ay departure from reality, but the extent of the departure determines whether it is reach an end to a spectrum, which is non-representationality, a complete severance from the world. So, for example, most of the abstract art ay parang still considered representational art, pero medyo malayo sa katotohanan. For example, ito, Head of a Woman, which is Maughlin's 1962. This is an abstract work of Pablo Picasso, known for his paintings, and he has also adapted into other works, including sculptures. So even with the abstraction of the image, the work is arguably representational. Diba pag sinabi natin representational, it represents something that is existing sa totoong buhay. So, ito, itong Head of a Woman, kung makita nyo, because of its features, na-recognize natin na ang tinutukoy dito ay babae, no? So, naka-ponytail, may blush on, and then, tao naman, sabi ko, meron siyang mata, ilong, bibig, and so on, no? Pero, hindi yan yung tunay na itsura ng mga tao in real life. Pero, recognizable siya na nakikita mo pa rin yung image ng tao. Ang pinaka-point lang is, ito ay abstract version of it. Nakuha po? Ibig sabihin, abstract is still representational art kasi may nire-represent siya sa totoong buhay, pero inilalayo lang siya sa reality, no? Pero pag sobrang layo na sa reality at hindi na siya nagme-make sense, doon na po siya pumapasok sa non-representational art. Okay? Yan. A proponent of non-representational art was Russian artist Vasily Kandinsky. No? Although his chosen art form was paintings, he liked non-representational art to music, an art form that he was also very keen to. He asserted that with sounds, musicians are also able to do evoke imagery to their listeners or audiences. It is therefore not surprising that a lot of his paintings are inspired by music and are titled as impression, improvisation, and composition. So dito, ina-apply daw yung non-representational art through a different art form which is music. No, so maaring yung music ay hindi kagaya ng ibang kanta na may lyrics. Dahil pag may lyrics, syempre, it can be a representational art because pwedeng dinedescribe yung totoong buhay or yung lyrics ay nagre-represent sa isang tao. But, yung representational art can be some kind of beat or parang kung ano lang na music. Okay? And dito sinasabi na for non-representational art, para daw mas um, ma-appreciate mo siya at mas maintindihan mo deeply yung meaning ng art na yon. Kailangan daw ng higher level of perceptiveness and insight. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang yung basta-basta mo lang nakikita yung isang art, na-appreciate mo lang yung beauty niya, pero yung mismong feels kapag tinitignan mo ang isang non-representational art, parang talent or iba't ibang level ng pagkaka-appreciate sa art ang kailangan mo para maintindihan mo yung message na kino-convey ng non-representational art. Hindi kagaya ng representational, basta maganda, pwede na naiintindihan at na-appreciate ng lahat ng tao. Yan. Different sources of inspiration pagdating sa art. No? First is nature. Na sinasabi na, there are different ways on how we represent nature from plants and animals, the bodies of water, for example, yung mga painting ng sea or ng lakes, mga ganon, no? At iba't ibang seasons, winter, spring, summer, or fall, diba? And for example, si Vincent Van Gogh, ang pinaka parang subject niya pagdating sa art ay nature, no? So for example, another artist din daw ay sila Claude Monet, Camille Pissarro, Paul Cézanne, and JMW Turner, no? Marami sila na dito, may iba't ibang focus lahat ng focus ng kanilang art ay puro about nature, no? And then, next naman ay sa Greek and Roman mythology. So, alam naman yung mga Greek gods and goddesses, di ba? Sila, Athena, Aphrodite, Zeus, mga ganon, no? So, pwede rin daw silang maging reference pagdating sa art, no? So, pwede yung mga pagiging heroes nila or pagtatanggol nila sa mga nasasakupan nila, yung mga works nila. Like, for example, si Aphrodite, the goddess of beauty, no? So, pwedeng yun yung ipinipainting or in-reenact, probably sa mga theatrical play, iba't ibang application ng art, no? Pwede naman yung polytheism. Kasi, di ba, pag polytheism, there's more than one god. So, ang dami nilang Greek gods and goddesses, di ba? Kahit Roman gods. So, pwede rin yun ang naging inspiration nila when it comes to their artworks, their paintings. No, and sinasabi examples are wall paintings or sculptural works, no, kagaya ng mga yung mga sculpture sa makikita sa mga museums, no, yung isang buong tao yung ini-sculpt or yung mga bust sculptures like yung ulo hanggang katawan lang nila or yung mga foundation ng mga buildings, 'di ba? May mga iba't ibang columns na ginagamit. Yeah, that's another reference na ginagamit when it comes to their art. Next is Judeo-Christian tradition, or other form of religion then, but this is monotheism or one God only. No, so ayan, sinasabi commissioned by Pope Julius II, the intricate fresco that lines the Sistine Chapel was created by Michelangelo as an example of this artwork. So I don't have the picture just yet, pero pwede nyo i-search yan, yung Sistine Chapel. It is painted by Michelangelo. Makikita nyo sa ceilings, kahit naman sa mga lumang simbahan, di ba? Ceilings ng church, doon nyo nakikita yung, dito, yung painting ng, for example, Last Supper, or yung Times to Jesus, no? Ganun yung mga nakikitang paintings na nilalagay sa loob mismo ng simbahan. Simply because the reference is the religion. Ayan. Alright, and then significant events in humanity. So, pwede din daw itong maging reference ng artwork, no? So, for example, yung um, Goya's El Tres de Mayo. No? So, pag sinearch nyo to, meron po tong image ng um, mga tao na namatay during the war, no? And it can be, a reference because it is one of the important events na nangyari sa isang lugar. Kaya nirepresent din to as an artwork or a painting para mas maalala ng mga tao kung ano man yung significant affair or significant um, event na yon. No, kagaya sa atin, kunyari sa pagdating ni Magellan, no? May mga paintings na naglalarawan ng pagdating nila dito. Nagsisymbolize din ng changes na nangyari sa Pilipinas simula nung dumating sila. Kaya ginagawa rin itong reference pagdating sa art. Or history, marami, di ba? Most of the time, it's pag significant events, laging it is based on history, true events na nangyari. At significant ito dahil simula nung nangyari yun, maraming mga pagbabago or mga bagay na nangyari sa isang lugar, sa isang bansa. Okay? Then, next is the content in art. So, aside from what is made explicit in the artwork, the viewer may sometimes need to go beyond what is visible or get the meaning or the message being shown by the artwork. So, di ba sabi natin kanina, pag sinabing content, it is the message na gustong iparating ng artist. No? Meron daw iba na factual meaning. So, kung ano lang yung nakalagay doon, yun talaga yung meaning niya. Like, kagaya ng mga historical events, no? Kung ano yung nakapaint doon, yun lang yung facts. Kasi yun yung nangyari before. Pero may iba naman na meaning that is based on emotions, no? Or it takes an understanding para ma-appreciate mo or magets mo yung meaning na gustong ibigay ng artist. Meron po tayong different types of meaning. We have the conventional meaning. Ito po ay mga interpretation ng message using signs, symbols, or other codes na pwedeng gamitin, no? So, pwedeng yung mga Da Vinci Code, gano'n. Dun sa art na yun, may specific na meaning. May mga dinidecipher na codes and all that. No? And then, pag sinabi ng mga subjective meaning, ito ay nakadepende sa viewer or audience. Kung paano niya na-appreciate or nakukuha yung meaning ng mga bagay na yon. No, sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, pag sabing subjective, it depends on the perceiver or the audience. And then we have Michelangelo's creation of Adam. Ito po yung isang painting na magkahawak. Yung parang nag-aabutan ng kamay si Adam and then si God. no? Pero hindi maghahawak ng kamay, nag-aabutan lang. So, sinasabi daw, ito daw po ay conventional meaning kasi um, the specific poses of God and Adam allude to the correspondence of the body and the commonly held belief that man was created in the image and likeness of God. No? So, kung titignan mo yun, maaaring pwede mong isipin in a subjective meaning na, ay baka gusto lang nilang ma-reach yung isa't isa or parang it's pwedeng sabihin sa mga tao na it's easy to reach God's hands if you pray, mga ganon, no? Pero conventional meaning of the artwork creation of Adam is um parang nagmi-mirror effect lang or nagmi-mirror lang si God at si Adam because yun nga sinasabi na we are believed to made or created with the image and likeness of God. Okay? And then subjective meaning, other point of view ng ibang tao. According to gynecologist Franklin Meshberger, sabi na, an image and message were hidden in plain sight. The work can be aptly called the endowment of Adam. Dapat daw ganun yung pangalan, no? For it brought to life that God, as God's creation, most important qualities imparted to man was intellect. No? So parang sinasabi na it can be um yung parang anino daw ni God ay nagmamatch sa katauhan ni Adam simply because um ang pinaka-importanteng bagay daw na ginawa ng Diyos para sa tao ay hindi lang yung itsura niya, image, but the intellect or yung pag-iisip natin. 'Di ba kaya nga arguably sa mga religion sinasabi meron tayong free will, gano'n kasi yun ang binigay sa atin ng Diyos, no? Yung kanyang katalinuhan at kakayahang mag-isip. No? So, in a simple artwork, makikita nyo na may iba't ibang meaning. Again, dito sa discussion natin, meron tayong two types, which is conventional and subjective. And then, pagdating sa artwork, we have the subject and content. So, this is the end of lesson 4. Again, the next recording will be for lesson 5. Thank you, guys.